Hello and welcome. My name is Robert Lyon. I build automated businesses for people like you. All right, so we're going to be going into how to build leverage websites and leverage products basically for the next couple of videos. And what I mean by leverage is, these are businesses that you can build and then have other people kind of do fulfillment for them. And you can make a shitload of money doing this kind of stuff. So the first one I really want to get into is basically how to build a group coaching program. All right. Now, this is mostly kind of the tech stuff. Maybe we'll go into a little bit about the psychology, but that's more into the offer and the copywriting kind of things. So this is just kind of how do you fucking do it? So let me show you so for group coaching, I don't know if you've ever been in a group coaching program. Usually it's like, 5,000 to 50,000 depending on, whatever you're doing. It can be a lot cheaper. Sometimes they do like $97 a month. But basically everybody's in a platform. It's like a Facebook group, right? It's like a fancy Facebook group. And you can do this all with the Facebook group. Just Facebook is very distracting. And there's a lot of noise going on. So it's kind of better, and it also just feels kind of gross now. I don't know what it is, but like Facebook groups are there for like free information. So if you're charging money and then you just put them in a Facebook group, it just feels a little off. You know what I mean? So the next best programs that we're going to build, these communities, really that's what they are. They're communities. Number one, you could do Discord. Discord is actually kind of cool, but again, paid memberships. So the main things that you want for a group coaching thing is, number one, you want to be able to have your own community. Okay, you want everybody to feel like they're part of something secret, your little group, your secret tribe. Number two, you want to be able to have like scheduled video calls with people. Usually, that's how group coaching works, is instead of doing one-on-one coaching, right, you basically just have a scheduled call once a month, once a week, once a day, where you basically pop up and everybody can kind of join the Zoom. You give like a presentation or you just do a Q&A where you answer people's questions, and then basically you go on to the next video. But you basically have this really big funnel. And the cool thing about this and what the leverage is you're just making, one Zoom call to a whole bunch of people once a week, once a month, once a day, whatever it is, once a year, I don't know, whatever you really want. And that's very leverageable. That means you're only doing 1 hour of work, per whatever you think, but you're charging and you're collecting all these people into a little group and you're coaching them. And obviously you want to also have courses though. So it's just kind of like have video courses, have like a scheduled Zoom, and then have a Q&A where you can kind of answer people's questions by typing, okay? And the way that you leverage this is once you're making enough money, you can actually hire somebody else to be the coach, okay? So you have the idea, you build the big group, and then you hire, 1 or 2 or 3 coaches, depending on how many people you have, and they're going to basically coach everybody in the group on that specific topic or on their specific thing, or they're going to answer all the questions 24/7 or during the business hours, however you want to do it. And that's kind of where the leverage is. So you might have to do it a lot at the beginning, but then eventually you can just hire, salespeople to close people and coaches to coach people. And then you just own the business and it becomes very evergreen. So that's the leverage. So let's take a look at a couple of these different tech stuff, right? So in order for you to build a leverage business, the free one, like I actually think if you're strapped for cash, but you have a really good vision, just use Microsoft Teams. Okay, it's kind of a pain in the ass to onboard people when you do private stuff, but you can do almost everything within Microsoft Teams. So I've done all kinds of crap here. We were going to start a recruiting business, and we were going to have a mentorship and all this kind of stuff too. Okay, so you can do chat. You can do calls, you can upload files, you can schedule meetings, you can have your team. You can do all kinds of stuff inside Microsoft Teams. You can set up, courses and all kinds of different things. So this is just kind of a cool way to get the ball rolling. And I mean, Microsoft Teams is kind of wonky, but you basically just, as soon as they pay, you add them, you invite them, you give them the link, whatever, and then boom, they're in this little thing. And Microsoft Teams, I like it because it has an app on the phone that you can really kind of connect to. And like I've seen people just have $1 million businesses all within Microsoft Teams, and it's free. You can't be free, especially when it has all the functionality. The biggest issue with Microsoft Teams is the onboarding And then also you can't it's hard to organize your courses. Like you can put all your info in there, but then it like alphabetizes it and it's just fucking pain in the ass. But you can do Zoom calls, you can do live group calls, you can upload all your courses, all your files, and you can answer questions and you can have private chats. All very powerful stuff. And that's kind of what you're looking for. All right, the next cool one that people upgrade to is Mighty Networks. So Mighty Networks is basically, it's a membership site. So you can log into it, you can take a look at it. The pricing, I think, is a little bit, it's not bad at all. The community plan, the business plan, $100 a month. That's really not too bad. Wait, let's see what it is. But it's kind of like a Facebook group, but you can schedule when you're going to have your calls. You can have all your courses. You can sell courses, and then you can also make sure that there's access restrictions. You can do the same thing in Teams, but Mighty Networks just has like a cleaner feel and less distraction. But it's one of those things where whenever you're basically making people download an app and they want to interact on it, they have to adapt to a new app. They have to adapt to a new area or whatever it is. Okay, and then the one that I'm really interested in is School, because it's made by Sam Ovens. Sam Ovens here. We made a program so that you can teach people better. You just got to focus. It's a terrible Sam Ovens impression, but it makes me laugh. All right, so School. I'm probably going to try and work with School on my next mastermind mentorship thing that I'm going to build. The only issue that I found so far is that they don't have an app. So you'll have to teach people how to save, websites on their phone if you want to interact with them on the fly, which kind of sucks. And the app is in development, but they have no announcement on when they're going to launch it. But other than that, it's really clean. That's kind of Sam Ovens' things. He likes super simple, shows you how to do it, but you can basically do everything. You sell courses. You can have a community where people can answer questions and talk and stuff like that. And the cool thing that I like about this is they kind of gamified it. So people that are really active will get awards, and they'll be showing this is an active member, and it helps. That gamifying stuff helps people be involved. But this is also just like a fancy Facebook group, So you got classrooms, you got calendar, so you can schedule meetings and stuff like that. You got your leaderboard, 7 days, blah 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 blah. And I think School is cool. So I think School is cool. That's how I sound. Another one that we were looking at was going to be Blackboard, but we never did use it. So I can't speak about it. But it's just the one that people really use for School. The reason we didn't use it is because you have to book a call with them to get an appointment, which just sounded shitty to me. So I didn't want to do that. And then you can really just do it all with a Facebook group. Okay. So those are pretty much the main tools that are going to allow you to, sell high ticket offers into a group mastermind. And again, you want to have a focus. Real estate is the one that we were doing. Recruiting is one that I just told you guys about. I'm thinking about building one for big sales, building businesses, on and on and on and on. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with just doing a free Facebook group or a Microsoft Teams, and then scaling up from there to a Mighty Networks or to a School platform. But it's just kind of you want to build your own tribe somewhere. A Discord is another one that we didn't mention. Discord is pretty cool. I don't know. I'm old and I don't know how to use it, but it's just another platform that's not Facebook. And the reason we say not Facebook is there's nothing wrong with charging money and putting them in a Facebook group. It's easy, but it's it just gives people. You want to be different than everybody else is what I'm trying to get at. You can also use maybe ClickFunnels, but one of these platforms is really key for you to set up your group coaching thing. Okay. And the whole funnel is literally this, you run ads to a web page where they book a call, right? So for call scheduling, I use OneHub. I love them. They're fantastic. You can also use Calendly, right? And then basically if you're trying to figure out QuickBooks is really good for taking large payments. I mean, not really good, but they're out of the best, is QuickBooks. So you basically create your website, or you make me build it for you, We build you, we set you up on a Calendly link, and then we hire sales teams to answer the sales calls. If you don't want to do the sales calls, you accept cash with QuickBooks. You're gonna have to have a contract written up, right? Because this is like big money. You're gonna have to onboard people. Contract. I have a contract. If you need it, put it in the comments. I'll send it to you. You can copy and paste it, and then just send them to Microsoft Teams or any of these other networks that we were talking about, Mighty Networks. And then you just have a live Zoom once a week. And then once you start making some money, I would typically pay your coaches, as much as you can. What I would do is I would hire an appointment setter, which is just like a setter. They go out in social medias or cold call or cold email, and they set appointments. You have a closer, so you pay the setter 5%. You pay the closer 10%, okay? So that's 15%. That means you're making, whatever it is, 85% still. And then you can basically start charging, anywhere from $5,000 to $50,000 as long as you're solving a good problem. And you can coach people for, 8 weeks or a year or a lifetime, charge them $5,000 a pop. This is how you really start making, $200,000. And then you start paying your coaches, what is it? One customer a month, $5,000 a month. You'll find a coach who will answer all the questions that people are dropping into the thing, and they'll do live Zooms, and then you hire more coaches so that it's more efficient. And then you just kind of have this big mastermind, and it's just this ongoing engine. Usually when you're running ads like this, to get your first customer, I'd budget at $400. Like, that's if you suck at running ads. Each customer would be about $400. They pay $5,000. You just got to make sure that they're collecting cash. You know what I mean? You have a good closer. And you're good to go. Watch my video on infinitely scaling your business. That's I'll put a link somewhere, and that's how you can really blow one of these bad boys up. But that's how you build a leveraged group coaching business. I hope this was very helpful. Now it's just up to you to go out there and build it. If you want help, that's what I do. I build automated businesses. All right. I love talking to you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.